Hi guys and welcome. I hope that you are well. My name is Sarah and I'll be guiding you through your class here today. So today's class is a little bit more of a slow focused approach. It's based more on the upper body, like the chest, the shoulders, a little bit of the back. Have some blocks and some props, maybe a bolster or pillow and some blankets. That's all you'll kind of really be needing today, but you're not necessarily going to be using those all. It's just handy to have them close by if you want a little bit of extra support. So this is your class and your practice. I'm here to simply guide you. So if anything at any point doesn't align with you, doesn't feel comfortable for you, please adjust for your needs. This is your class and your practice, so make it what it is for you. Beautiful. We're going to start in a seat when you feel ready. So find a comfortable seat. That might be cross-legged like myself here, or you might be sitting over the top of your heels. If you're sitting over top of the heels and you have quite tight ankles, you can always bring in a block underneath the bottom for a bit of extra support. So when you feel ready, come to close down the eyes or take a soft gaze down to the earth. Position the hands wherever feels right for you. Maybe they're on the body or away from the body. And then very gently, slowly start to bring your awareness to this space that you're in here. And just notice in this present moment. Noticing the sit bones as they connect to the foundation beneath you. Notice the spine. Maybe finding a little bit of length here. Drawing the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And just acknowledging that this space and this time is yours. Beautiful. And then slowly start to bring your awareness to your breath. Just notice the breath as it comes in and out. Not forcing anything or changing anything here. And just observing the breath. And then can you start to bring a sense of softness to the breath? A sense of slowness. But also a sense of depth as you inhale and a sense of prolonged exhale. Making your exhale slightly longer than your inhale. And taking this breath through the nose if possible. And then when you feel ready, just resume your natural breath. Just allow the breath to exist. If the hands are on the body, take them outside the edges of the hips, turn the palms to face outwards. On the inhale, send the hands above the head. On the exhale, draw them through heart center. Anjali Mudra, hands to heart center. Take that 2 more times. Take the hands outside the hips. Circle the arms on the inhale. Draw the hands to the heart center on the exhale. 1 more time. Circle the arms on the inhale. Gather all the energy down on the exhale to heart center. Keep the hands at heart center here. Really push the palms into one another. Spread the fingers away from one another. Draw the thumbs to the heart center, to the sternum. Elbows are out towards the side. So here you might like to start, when you're pushing the hands into one another, you might start to feel that chest activation. And then soften. Just allow the hands to soften, the elbows to soften, the palms to soften. Maybe the eyes are still closed, or maybe you gently open up the eyes. And take that 1 more time. So push the hands in towards one another. Spread the hands. Really thinking about getting all the knuckle parts connected, the palms connected, the fingertips connected. Draw the thumbs to the sternum, elbows draw out towards the side. And really thinking about sending the palms in towards one another, creating that energy between the hands. And feeling those muscles maybe in the chest activate. Beautiful, and then release and soften. Beautiful. So from where you are, we're going to make our way off of our seat and find your way into a wide-legged child's pose. So having that blanket on our mats, if you want a little bit of extra padding, a little bit of extra support. Beautiful. If you do find that your child's pose sometimes can feel a little bit tight and you've got too much space between the legs, you can always bring in a pillow like I am doing between my legs here, between the crease of the thigh, or a rolled up blanket. Just helps to create a little bit more comfort through that space in that area. So when you feel ready, we're going to walk the hands out. Knees are wide, chest comes through, forehead comes down. If the forehead doesn't meet the mat, you can also invite in a block underneath the forehead for a bit of extra support here too. And then soften into the pose here. Settle in. Beautiful. And breathing into the space. Into the rib cage, into the back body. Breathe in, stomach towards thighs. Beautiful. On your next breath, send your right hand down the back of the mat so it's outside the right ankle. And then about this left palm, really push into the palm, forearm will lift off of the mat. Find some activation in the arm. On the next breath, we're going to lift ourselves up. As we lift up, coming forward, that back arm's going to sweep up and round. Rotate the shoulder. Draw all the way back and down, child's pose. We're going to take that 2 more times. Dragging the right hand forward as we come up to rise, circle the arm. Really isolating that movement through the shoulder joint. Beautiful. Take that 1 more time, rising up. Circle the arm up and back. When the arm comes back this time, extend the right arm back ahead in front of you. Taking a breath here. And then extend the left arm back down the mat, coming outside the left ankle. Find the activation through the right palm, push into the right hand. Right forearm might lift. And then on the breath. Slowly start to rise, slowly start to lift, drag that left arm up and forward and circle it up and round. And 2 more times. Coming up, circling the arm. And 1 more time, beautiful. Linking the breath to your movement. When you make your way back down this time, send the left arm forward again. Pause for a breath in this child's pose. Beautiful. On your next breath, slowly start to come up to rise, piece by piece, taking your time. There's no rush. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and then walk the knees underneath the hips. Remove any props out of the way that you might have placed under the and behind the back of the thighs. And when you feel ready, from here, we're going to slowly start to walk the knees back behind us, lower yourself all the way down to the earth. Take the right arm out towards the side so it's the hand and the arm is in line with the shoulder. Turn the gaze so that the gaze comes over towards the left side. And then this right, the left palm will just be in line roughly with the shoulder. On your next breath, we're going to slowly roll on towards that right hip. So we're coming to find a prone shoulder stretch here. If that's too much, don't go too far. If it's not enough, maybe you're going to take this top leg, this left leg, bend the knee and plant the left foot on towards the earth. You can additionally add on, if it's still not enough, by cactusing the right arm. So bending that elbow cactus in the arm, and that will get a little bit deeper in there for you. And just listening to your body though. We're moving a bit slower here in this class today. And breathing here. Beautiful, one more breath. When you feel ready, rolling back through the midline, just coming through nice and gently. Draw the right hand underneath the right shoulder, extend the left arm out towards the side this time. Take your gaze over towards the right and then slowly start to roll onto that left hip. You've got your options here, you can stay here, or you can take that right leg, that top leg, and then bend the knee and plant the right foot onto the earth, rolling onto that left hip a bit more. You can also bend and cactus that left arm if you want to find an additional stretch to that shoulder. And just knowing that the shoulders can be can be very delicate areas. There's a lot that goes on in them. So they can be quite easy sometimes for us to injure if we push ourselves too far. So listen to your body, listen to this space of what you can do here. Beautiful, take in another round of breath. Bringing that top leg back down to meet the other leg and then slowly, bit by bit, rolling back through center. There's no rush. Bring the hands just in front, make a little pillow for the head for a moment and then bring the forehead down. Just pause for a breath here. Beautiful. Bring the hands beside the rib cage. Slowly push up into tabletop. We're going to come to find a seat. So that might be that you're taking a cross-legged seat maybe. Or maybe if you're taking a seat over the top of your heels, you might invite in a block underneath. Beautiful. So from here, bringing the hands down towards the thighs. Just really thinking about finding a nice tall seat, shoulders draw down. Beautiful. Send the hands up towards the sky. On your next breath, we're going to turn to twist over towards the left side. Left hand's going to come back behind us. And this right hand is really stretching up towards the ceiling. Still grounding down through both sit bones. Beautiful. Send the left arm back up, come back through center. Reach the right arm back behind us, gaze might come over the right shoulder, and this left hand is really reaching up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take that 2 more times, move with your breath, over towards the left side, and then over towards the right side. Inhaling over towards the left side. And then coming back through center, maybe exhaling over towards the right. Beautiful. Send the hands both back up towards the sky, come back through center. Take the right hand down to the earth, to the outside edge of the right hip. Maybe the palm comes down. And then reach the left hand up towards the sky if it's still not already. And then start to lean over towards that right side. So we're still grounding down, sit bones are both sitting on the block or on the earth. But we're just finding a nice side body stretch through that left side here. On your next breath, we're going to come to cactus the arm, shine the chest up towards the sky. So we're rotating the chest up. Beautiful. Reach that hand, left hand back up towards the sky. Find that side stretch again. On the breath, we're going to lift up and come over towards the left. So left palm to outside of left hip. And then stretch that right hand up towards the sky and then lean over towards the left side. Breathing here. Come to cactus that right arm. Really draw the shoulder blade back towards one another. Chest is up, maybe the gaze is up. And then reaching back round again, finding that side body stretch again. Reach the fingertips, right fingertips to the top of the left corner of the room. Beautiful. Coming back up when you feel ready. I'm going to take that one more time. So taking the right hand down to the earth, send the hand up towards the sky, left hand up towards the sky. Take that lean over towards the right side. Cactus the arm. Draw the shoulder blade towards the other shoulder blade. Find that side body stretch again. On the breath, allow this left hand to be the thing that lifts you up and takes you over towards the left side. Right hand extends to the ceiling, and then leaning over towards that left side. Maybe there's a little bend in that left elbow. Come to cactus the right arm. Shine the heart up towards the sky. And find that side body stretch again. And then allow the right arm to be the thing that guides you up. Come through center. Bring the hands back down to the earth. Pause for a breath here. Beautiful. When you feel ready, we're going to make our way into tabletop. There's no rush. Take your time. Beautiful. From here, we're bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips or thereabouts. Gaze down towards the earth. So we're going to work with some protraction and some decompression here. So essentially, we're going to keep the shoulders and the arms all completely straight. So as you can see with my arms here, I'm going to push the mat away from me, dome through the upper back. The rest of the body's just staying as it is. And then as I lower the chest down, the shoulders are staying where they are and the arms are staying straight. So it's the chest that's coming down. And then push the mat away from you again. Protracting through the shoulder blades, drawing the shoulder blades apart. Really dome through the upper back. Think cat pose through the upper back. I'm going to lower the chest down again. We're isolating the movement. So the shoulders are staying where they are. The arms are straight. Elbows are straight. Beautiful. Push the mat away from you again. Dome through the upper back. Protract the shoulder blades. One more time. Lowering the chest down. We're lowering the chest down to the mat essentially as far as it will go. That decompression. Shoulders are staying where they are. Arms are staying where they are. Push the mat away from you. Find that protraction. Beautiful. Okay, walk the hands towards the back of the mat. Take a seat for a moment. Just roll out through the shoulders. Beautiful. And then make your way back into that tabletop again. Really spread through the fingers. Push each knuckle mound in towards the floor, the palm. And then reach that right leg back behind you, tuck the toes under, and then the left. So we're in this plank pose now. If it's too much with the knees up, you can lower the knees down. So from wherever you are, I'm going to tuck the tailbone under slightly. So we're drawing the tailbone under, creating an imaginary line from the tailbone all the way up to the neck. So we want to keep it all in one line. We don't want the bum up in the air. We don't want it too low down. We're trying to create a nice long line. Push the mat away from you as we were just doing there. Push the dome through the upper back. Gaze slightly ahead of you. Send the heels to the back of the room. Slightly shoulders ahead of the wrist. Beautiful. Pausing here. Lower the knees down if they're not already. Walk the hands back and just pause for a breath here. Beautiful. I'm going to find that one more time. Making your way into plank. Really grounding down through the hands. Spread through the fingertips. Create that suction like with the hands. And then come to find your version of plank. Feet can be about hip width apart. If you need a bit more space, you can always take them wider. Beautiful. One more breath. And then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe take some pedals out through the feet. Bend and extending one leg, then the other. On the next breath, when you feel ready, we're going to slowly walk the hands into the back of the mat. Find forward fold. Maybe you've got the hands, the elbows to the knees. Maybe the hands are to the earth, and maybe you've got hold of opposite elbows here. Just taking your version, your variation. And then breathe in. Nice bend in the knees, allow the chest and thighs to connect.
And then from wherever you are, release the grip if you've taken hold of opposite elbows. Slowly come up to rise piece by piece. Moving nice and slowly.
Making your way into mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms can face forward or thereabouts. Beautiful. So from where you are here, your Tadasana, maybe just taking a little micro bend in the knees so we're not completely locking out. And then from here, we're going to start to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back. So we're taking some shoulder rolls up and back. Rolling them up towards the ears and then back down the back. And into the shoulder joint, into the shoulder blades, into the collarbone. All into that area across the front and back. And then when you feel ready, go in the opposite way now. So draw the shoulders up and bringing them forward. Always feels super funny doing it this way. Beautiful. It's interesting, isn't it, how the body, we do things so often in one direction, but doing it in another always feels a bit foreign. Beautiful. And then come to find some stillness. Just taking a moment here. Noticing the energy in the tops of the arms, tops of the shoulders, the traps. Beautiful. And then from where you are, come to bring a bend into the knees. So we're not creating a chair as such, but there's a generous bend in the knees to the point where, yeah, it's a little bit like an imaginary bar stool behind you. And then come to cactus the arms. Send the chest slightly forward. Create a little arch in the low back. So from here, really spread the fingertips, maybe even draw the elbows slightly forward a little bit. Gaze is forward, maybe it's slightly up. Really firm down into the toes, the big toe, the little toe, the heel of the foot. So we're thinking cat pose here. Cow pose, sorry. And then on your breath, we're going to come to extend the legs. Send the hands in front of you. Come to interlace the hands together. Draw the chin towards the chest. Send the spine to the back of the room. And we're thinking cat pose here. Beautiful. We're going to take that a few more times. Opening up, cactus, bend through the knees. Arching the low back, send the heart forward. And on the breath, extend the legs, send the arms forward, interlace the hands, chin to chest, spine to the back of the room. Really separate those shoulder blades from one another. Opening back up, cactus, bend through the knees, send the heart forward. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another this time. One more round. Extend the legs. Arms forward, interlace the hands, chin to chest, cat pose. Beautiful. Send the hands up towards the sky, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Hands beside the body, Tadasana. Pause for a breath here. Beautiful. From where you are, we're going to take this left hand and we're going to reach it around the back. So palm is facing outwards. And you might catch hold of the bicep, the right bicep with left hand, or maybe the left forearm, or maybe, the right forearm, or maybe the right wrist. If you're not catching hold of it, that's okay, don't worry. Just still keep that hand behind the back. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to slowly take the right ear over towards the right shoulder. So we're creating some sensation that will be coming down potentially from the jaw, down the side of the neck, maybe even to that collarbone area, across the top of the shoulder. We're not looking for too much intensity, so some sensation is good, but just working with your parameters. Beautiful. Release the grip and then slowly bring the head back up, moving mindfully. Beautiful. We're going to reach this right hand back behind us now. Palm faces outward. Take hold of the bicep, forearm, or the wrist. Or maybe you've just got the hand behind the back. Beautiful. From here, we're going to slowly start to take the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Breathing here. Beautiful. Come back through center. Release the arm. And then make your way down into a seat. I've got 2 more poses for the rest of class. So once you've found your seat, once again take your variation, maybe it's cross-legged or maybe you are sitting over the heels. Finding your seat, taking your time, there's no rush. Beautiful. When you feel ready, we're going to send the hands up towards the sky and then bring them out so that they're at shoulder height. Going to take them in front of the body, and as we do so, the right is going to come underneath the left. Going to interlace the hands for eagle arms. Maybe the palms come to meet like so, or maybe the backs of the hands are meeting. If that is too much and too intense, you can also bring the hands and give yourself a hug instead. So from here, we're just going to take some little pulses up and down. So sending the hands up towards the ceiling, drawing them back down. I was really thinking about drawing the shoulder blades away from one another. And then come to find some stillness. The elbows are now in line with the shoulders. Pausing for a breath here. Maybe you draw the chin in towards the chest slightly. One more breath here. From wherever you are, release the bind, release the grip. Send the hands out to shoulder height. But this time really flex the palms. So imagine there's 2 walls either side of you and you're pushing the walls away from you. So really think about that energy through the underarm, through the forearm. You should be feeling a nice sensation along the whole underneath of your arm. Beautiful. Rest the hands down just for a moment. And then send the hands back up towards the sky. Take the hands to shoulder height. And then we're going to come to take the opposite side this time. So come to bring the hands in front of you and then take the left arm underneath the right this time. Interlace the arms, taking either palm to palm or back of palm to palm. Or maybe you're finding that hug. Maybe this side is different. Maybe you have more accessibility on this side, or maybe you're finding a hug on this side. So from here, we're going to take those pulses up and down, so lifting the palms up towards the ceiling and then lowering the elbows down. Just pulsing up and down here. And then come to find some stillness, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders or thereabouts. Breathing here. We're bringing that conscious awareness to the shoulder blades, drawing away from one another. Release the bind on the breath. Send the arms out to the opposite sides of the room. Flex through the hands, really stretch either hand away from one another. Beautiful. Release them back down to the earth. Give the shoulders a little roll. And feel that blood, that energy flowing. Beautiful. Our last pose of class today is going to be reclined butterfly pose. So you might like to bring your bolster, if you're using a bolster, vertically down the mat, so it's coming a long ways down the mat. If you are using a cushion like me, just maybe rolling it up in half. And maybe having some blocks, you might like them underneath the hips. So coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Sometimes popping up the hips like so is quite nice. If you want the opening through the hip, maybe you're not using the blocks. It's handy to have an additional block at the top of the mat so that you've got some support for the forehead if the bolster's not long enough. But essentially coming to make a diamond shape with the legs. You can also extend the legs here if you don't want anything through the hips and you just want more of the chest. But from here, we're going to make a diamond shape with the legs, with the feet. Soles of the feet come towards one another. And then slowly start to bring your bolster or your rolled up cushion to the base of the pelvis, the base of the spine. And then slowly start to lower your way down. And if the head is rested on a prop, fantastic, on the block. If not, maybe inviting in that block. Taking any shuffles or any adjustments. If you notice when you come down that the legs don't feel so comfortable as they were when you were seated, maybe make any adjustments, maybe make your Butterfly a little bit longer, take the feet further away from you. And then the hands here can either rest maybe on the body, maybe on the rib cage, the lower rib cage. Maybe you've got one hand to heart, one hand to stomach. Or maybe they're just resting away from the body, palms facing up or down. And come to close down the eyes or take a soft gaze when you feel ready. And come to soften into the pose. Allow the foundations to support you, to hold you here. Beautiful. We're going to be here for a few rounds of breath. Maybe noticing where your mind might be. Drawing your awareness maybe to the breath. Maybe to where the breath is within the body. And anchoring your attention on this space. Beautiful. Taking one more round of breath where you are. There's no rush, take your time. If you've got the legs in that diamond shape, maybe extending one leg long first and then the other. Just pausing here for a moment. Allow the feet to turn out, toes to be heavy. And then bending through each knee, planting each foot onto the earth. Piece by piece, we're going to slowly come up. So wherever feels right for you, maybe that's just taking some rocks side to side first. I'm going to come over to the right or the left and slowly make your way up to a seat. When you've found your way into a seat, I'm going to draw the hands to heart center, maybe close down the eyes or take a soft gaze down to the earth. Pause for a moment here. Take a moment of gratitude for you, for your class here today, for showing up for you, and carving out this space. Beautiful. Take the hands outside the hips, circle the arms wide, draw the hands through heart center. Going to link that breath, that movement to breath now. Inhale, circle the arms wide. Exhale, draw the hands down. Inhale, circle the arms wide. Exhale, draw the hands down. Draw the chin towards chest, bowing to yourself. From my heart to yours, it was a true honor to guide you here today through your practice. I hope that you enjoyed and had a wholesome, slow time. I would love to hear how you got down in the comments. Please feel free to share, maybe share the class with someone that you think might like it. And yeah, subscribe if you've not already subscribed so that you can get weekly updates to when I upload new classes. Beautiful. Thanks. Have a lovely week, lovely weekend. Lots of love, guys. Bye.